Hey guys, so in this video I'm going to be going over the exact steps that I took to make £100,000 selling these snow goggles. These exact ones right here, as you can see, these made me £100,000 dropshipping on Shopify using Aliexpress. I'm going to be going over the exact steps and thought process that I had when I was looking on Aliexpress to find this product, and I'm also going to be jumping into my store and into my ad account to show you how I scaled this from nothing to over 100,000. So let's jump right into it. The first step with this was trying to find a product that I wanted to sell. Now, I had a lot of different ideas when I was doing this, and the way I ended up finding these goggles was that I jumped onto AliExpress and I searched snowboarding goggles. That was it. That's all I did. I had a different thought process. We were coming up to winter and I thought, what happens in winter? People go skiing, people go snowboarding. Let's see what kind of products they've got on there. So I searched for snowboarding goggles and I sorted it by orders. And the first thing that came up was these Coppolas goggles. These exact ones. So they're in a different colour, but it's these goggles right here. So as I was looking through it, I noticed that it had quite a lot of orders. It still does right now. The reviews are great. And it was actually being sold at £15 when I first got this, so it's gone up a little bit. But yeah, this one really stood out to me, so I thought I'd give it a go. But I wanted to see if there was going to be a demand for it, and that was what was quite important with this, is there going to be a demand for this product right now? I knew we were coming into winter, but I'm not a snowboarder, I don't know much about it, so I wanted to check it. So what I did was I headed over to Google Trends and I searched for snow goggles just to see, and as you can see here, every winter around the end of October we get a massive spike. It has done consistently for the last 3 years, and when I started looking at this, it was around the end of September, early October, so I knew we were just about to head into a spike because people wanted these snow goggles. So I knew it was going to be a potential winner before I even started this. So I know some of you are going to be saying, oh, where's your proof, where's your proof? You know, anyone can make a video on YouTube and say they've made 100,000. So let me just jump into the store right now that this happened on. And as you can see here, we have the £102,367 worth of sales here. And if I scroll down a little bit, you can see the Coppolas goggles and everything here. If I just go in to this, so you can see I'm not bluffing you. Actually see that I'm loading into my Shopify account right now, and here is the description of the product. So yeah, this was the description. This is what I used. So yeah, so after I found that product, like I said, I'm not really into snowboarding. It's not something I do, so I don't know anything about it. I don't know what types of magazines, sports personalities, anybody, anything like that. I don't know anything about the sport whatsoever. So I headed over to Audience Insights on Facebook to try and find out what kind of demographics were into snowboarding. So all I did really was go over to Audience Insights. I typed in United States and United Kingdom into here, into the search box here, because they're two of the biggest countries, any tier 1 kind of countries. And in my interest box, I just typed snowboarding, and it came up to tell me that ages 18 to 44 were the biggest kind of pots here, for both men and women. Decided I was going to go with that, and they were the ages that I first started testing with. Yeah, so that was the demographics that Facebook was telling me were interested in snowboarding, and that gave me my starting point to work with. So what I did was I headed over to my ads manager and I created 2 campaigns. This is how I started. I created 2 campaigns, and they were just interests. I started this in late October, and I grouped them into snowboarding magazines and into snowboarding personalities, sports people within that niche. And if we just go into the magazines here, I basically set it up like this. So if I just open this up, I was running £5 a day ad sets, nothing fancy. I ran it to a bunch of random countries, to be honest, countries that I thought would be interested in snowboarding. That was kind of a mistake I made early on, was trying to assume which countries would work and which wouldn't. I did start to narrow down later on. So my age to 18 to 44, like we saw on the Audience Insights, and I literally just did one interest in there as the Free Skier magazine. Now, I found Free Skier magazine just by googling snowboarding magazines. It came up. So I went to Free Skier magazine and I let it run. I did that with a snowboard magazine, and there was a snowboarder magazine here. As you can see, they're all the same. They're just single interest, £5 a day ad sets. That's kind of how I started it. It was that simple, that easy. And I'll just show you the ad as well within here. So this was the ad that I was running. Looking good, doesn't always have to break the bank. Couple of snow goggles, 7% off, limited time, free worldwide shipping. And then it was literally just a photo of someone snowboarding and a photo of some of the goggles, some of the snow goggles. So that was it. And as you can see on here, I had over 10,000 likes, almost 3,000 comments. It did really, really well. And that was just from a picture ad. And none of this video ads now. It was just a picture ad that I ran, and it seemed to work. So after that first month, it started to make a profit. So if I just go back and show you how I started to scale this. So these are just £5 a day ad sets. If I just change this to November, as you can see here, I started to grow it out. So I started to go to countries. So here are the magazine and the people. As you can see, I went from spending 100 to almost £3,000 across these ads now. And this was just by duplicating it. As you can see, I started to duplicate. I started going up to £20 a days, £35 a days, and that's all I was doing. And these ads were becoming profitable. And as they were more profitable, the more I duplicated and just increased the ad. That's all I was doing. Was if it would give me a return on investment, return on ad spend, the ROAS was good, I was duplicating and increasing the budget. That was my entire scaling method with this. After a while, as you can see here, I started to get into lookalike audiences. So as I started to get into lookalike audiences, I started to do the lookalikes based on the visitors by the countries that I saw were getting the most success. So Canada, Britain, Spain and Germany were some of my best countries. So I started running them, and again, just duplicated, went to scale, and it worked. And then I started branching out to other countries, to Switzerland, the US, and grew it more and more like that. So then as we start to get into December, January time, as you can see, it starts to grow more and more and more. The magazines are now, I've spent almost £10,000 on these when I started with £5 a day ad sets, and I know I've spent 10k on them. It just grew like that, and then eventually I started going down the funnel, working through the lookalike funnel. So I was doing visitors, add to carts, initiate checkouts, and finally down to the purchases. So I started using the data from Shopify, exporting the customers' orders and dropping them back into Facebook to find me a similar audience that looked like the people who were already buying. And I ended up creating lookalikes based on them and running them through. And every single time I created a new lookalike, I started with £5 a day ad sets. So yeah, and I just basically started scaling it across the different countries, all the countries that I saw were working. I tried testing different countries that hadn't kind of worked, but the money I was making was allowing me to carry on testing, and it grew and it grew and it grew until I ended up doing over 100,000 with it. And that was my first winner. My first ever winner was with these snow goggles, and that's led me to find 3 other winners now. So this channel is going to be showing you how I did that. It's going to be showing you giving you all the insights, the experience that I learned across it, the different testing methods that I know of, and testing methods that work better than this. Things that I found myself that I don't hear anybody else talking about, and I'm going to be sharing that with you on this channel. So make sure you drop us a like, comment. If you have any questions about this video, just drop me a comment and I'll try and answer as many as I can. Watch out for some future videos, because I'm going to be showing you the other products and how the testing for those was completely different to this. There's something you have to realise with this. There isn't just one way of testing. There's multiple ways of testing these products. So yeah, so this channel is just going to be me trying to share my experiences with you guys and hopefully help you get out of that 9 to 5 kind of rut that everyone's trying to break out of. So hopefully that was of use. It gave you a bit of an insight of how easy it is to find a product and how easy it is to actually test it. I mean, I literally just ran 2 campaigns that were looking at magazines and sports personalities, and that was it. I was running £5 a day interests on that, and that allowed me to scale. I killed ads that weren't profitable and I scaled ones that were. That was the first 100k products I've got. On this channel I'm going to be showing you 2 other products that have made me 100,000. So make sure you drop a like and subscribe to this video, because there's going to be a lot more useful information coming over the next few weeks. And I got some big news. I'm being flown out to Berlin by Oberlo themselves to go and do a video piece on the success of this store, where I'm going to be sharing my tips on how to be successful in dropshipping, and also give you 5 products that you need to be putting on your store to test this year. So I'll be going out there in about 4 weeks time from filming this video, so I'll be going out there in April. So once that video's up, I will definitely get it on this channel and you can see that. So yeah, so hopefully that was of use. Again, it was just a case study about what has worked for me. There are many different ways to do this. I'm going to be showing you the multiple different testing methods on this channel and tips and tricks that make you successful and will help you earn 100,000 by selling products like this. So yeah, hope you like it. I'll catch you in the next one.